Hey, welcome back to Evil's Comics. I'm Evil Mike, and I got another review for you. I'm trying to knock out as much as I can. I had a vacation day, so why not? You know, I got a lot of reading done, got a DIY, got to watch some TV. It was nice. I hope all y'all get to have a vacation day every now and then. I've been working my butt off this past year and a half. I know it's not just me, but everybody and everybody out there. We made it. We're still going. Okay, so this is a little backstory. My first ever, this is the first time I've ever read any of the, from this character and anything about this character, because he's been, he's not just Marvel. He's shown up in Dark Horse and a bunch of other companies. I'm not that familiar with him. But Conan, the Adventure by Marvel, #1. This is from 1994. It is written by Roy Thomas and artist by Rafael Kayanan. I know I mispronounced that, and I'm very sorry. I will say two things. It was a good read, and the art was amazing. I will have to say that he has a very, if I had to compare to somebody, there was a bunch of times I thought it was Todd McFarlane art. First page, it is just really nice art all the way through. It is exactly what I wanted from a Conan story. This first spread right here is just phenomenal. There's so much going on, so much detail. There's no, no shortcuts in any panels. I'm not going to go into too many names. I'm very bad with names, but we do know Conan. This is basically like a prequel story, the early adventures of Conan before he's established as, the barbarian, the destroyer, the king. He is here with, I want to say it's one of his masters, but not necessarily a master. And I'm not going to go into full detail about, but he's I think it's pronounced Chimerian, or his people, his race. And he is with, I'm going to look at it real quick, Ryan of the Laughing Visage is like his partner or master. Basically, the Chimerians are trying to ransack this certain fort that is erected in their area. And they are trying to go after this warlord that's in this castle. He is shown right here, and he is trying to take out several times. It is shown in this panel. It's kind of hard to see, but this is Chimerian jumping on the back of him, trying to kill him early on in the fight, and it just goes to show how badass this warlord is, because he takes him out pretty simply. It does go through where they do the, like the older times where they do the war in stages, where it's like they war for a day and they kind of take a break and they go back to it. But they do show Conan and Vol, I don't even remember. I already forgot the guy's name. See, I'm telling you, I'm bad with names. I think his name is Ryan. But they do show Conan and Ryan, and they're, in the town. They do run into this blind samurai, and I'm not aware of who he is. I'm pretty sure he will be kind of something major in the story, because Conan does often, 2 or 3 times he thinks about this blind samurai. If he does mention, if I had to run into him, I would hate to have cut him up. It's just a brief, bumping into each other, and they kind of have words, nothing bad or anything, and they go their separate ways. At this time in these panels, they do show that Conan's being, he's being bullied by these other, because I think it's 2 other races of people that are in this war with this fortress or whatever, and these are the other side of the people that the Chimerians are trying to get rid of. And I guess in the town, it's kind of like a peaceful situation, kind of like a treaty that's set up. And so that's how they're kind of engaging with each other. They're not supposed to draw weapons, and if they do, it's the disengagement of the treaty. And Ryan, his master, kind of hesitate. He kind of demonstrates that with Conan a couple times during this encounter. But eventually Conan does get the upper hand, and for me reading that, it was kind of weird. You know, I did have to remember this is early Conan, so I mean it was kind of weird, you know, hearing about Conan being bullied. They do go back into the next day at war, and they show like Conan being a badass, just toppling the statue and killing all these people. Basically, the whole rest of the story is set up where they're you know, Conan just basically shows his barbarian, you know, not only his strength and everything, but he also shows his fortitude and intelligence, and he comes up with this plan to scale the walls while they're distracted, and basically the Chimerians do this and succeed and overtake the walls of this fort. In the process, some of the Chimerians do go down, and you know, I mean, this is a very old comic, so I can't. I mean, but his friend does pay a price. Ryan does go down. He does make a mistake where he was trying to. I think it's the warlord, and he had a chance to kill the warlord, and he basically bested him, but he didn't kill him, and basically turned his back. Not necessarily, but kind of, you know, turned, and the warlord ends up killing him. Conan sees this as a weak link type of thing and doesn't make this mistake, and instantly, you know, takes care of the warlord. And basically, it's, you know, we're setting up the stages of where you know, this comic is going. And for a first read for a Conan book, it was a really good read. The art was amazing. It was it's not even 90s goodness. It was just good art overall. It's got this nice, you know, shiny cover and everything, and I don't remember exactly how much I paid for it. I think it was $5, but it was definitely worth the $5. This weekend I would definitely be picking up like 2-3. Man, I really thank Gary B for recommending the Marvel version of this. I did buy that other Conan book, but I have not read it, and I might not plan to. It might just be a cover by it stays in my PC, and I might just stick with the Marvel Conan. It was a really great read. If you have not read Conan, I would say this is a very good starting place, because it's not the, you know, destined Conan that's every that I know, like from the movies. You know, I mean, we do see, you know, Conan at an earlier stage in that movie, but I still want to have to say that this is even before that. I might be mistaken, and the master, Mr. Gary B, might have to correct me on that. And Gary, I hope I did good if you ever watch this, because you are the Conan master. And I will have a link in the description to Gary B, the casual. And I love Gary. If y'all want to know Conan, he's the guy to watch. But this is my review on my thoughts on Conan the Adventurer #1. Y'all have a great day. Like, comment, subscribe, especially if you're a new subscriber. I love the comments. Love, love, love. Tell me how I did. What you think. Does it sound interesting? Pass? Let me know. Evil out.